your vacation started, Dad?
Yeah, I told Mom that now it feels like the adventure has begun because we got the top open and we aired down.
This road goes to Silver City. I just found it on Gaia.
All right, well, we made it to Silver City. It's actually a lot more busy than we thought it was going to be. It's supposed to be a ghost town, but it seems to be a lot of happening here. And I don't know if there's an event going on. There's a lot of traffic going through here. But I'm right here, kind of by the drugstore, Memorial Park. Drugstore's there. I believe this building right there is the old hotel. And down below right now has a general store that's opened, so you can go in there and get gifts and souvenirs. But there's homes all over the place here, and I'm standing on the main street, and out that way is the Silver City campground, and it's just a couple of spots. There's not a lot there, but yeah, this town, based on its name, obviously used to be a mining town for silver. And so, yeah, we're gonna walk around, check it out. It's a pretty cool place, Silver City, Idaho.
I was up here on the left, and the two-story outhouse was over here on this hill. But it was dead, nobody was here.
It's super busy right now. So we got Pat Whatnot Shop. It looks like on the actual sign behind it, it's got some coffee, cookies, soda, water. And then as I thought, that was the hotel, but down below is now some kind of a little general store where you can get some gifts and souvenirs. It's pretty neat. They got the little bit of a style going here with the old buildings.
Yeah, I mean, it's very smooth.
Little storefronts. Check out the sidewalk that used to be here. Doesn't say anything on the outsides right now, so I don't know what this is used for. It may just be closed up. There's some homes here. We saw a sign on the way in that it said that all the properties here are actually owned by people now. It's not just kind of one piece of land that has a bunch of homes on it. It's individual properties. And so there might be some people that actually live here year-round. I don't know. Some old equipment used for mining. Ring and pinion style of something.
That guy up there has the right spot. He's got a good, view.
Possibly the mayor's house. Mayor of Silver
I
City.
would think it'd be the fancy one.
Yeah, I don't have a great view of it right there. It's on the other side of the valley here. It's got a pretty fancy house. Let me go back to the street. By the way, this is Washington Street. And Avalanche Street. But yeah, there we go, straight across. There's a pretty fancy house right there on that side. The other side of the valley doesn't seem to be too many stores, but just more homes going up the hillside there. I just noticed that this was an old building that must have had some damage done to it, because you can see the remainder of a staircase that went up to the upstairs. It says keep out, so I won't enter, but you can see back there's a door of some kind. Looks like it might have gone into maybe a cellar basement style, because it's into the hillside. Here's the old drugstore. Or at least that's what it's labeled as. Oh, look at that. Old fancy stove. Oh, and 2-burner stove over there. Look at that. New Perfection number 2 is the sign on the stove. You can also tell too that this is old because the glass has got that wavy effect to it. So that's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. They've got some old bottles, various things. One up there says whiskey. Several say whiskey. So, yeah, drugstore. That's where you get your good stuff. Medicines and whatnots for Silver City. Then right next to it says Silver Slipper Saloon, 1918 to 1935. And you can see the glass up there has got the name Silver Slipper Saloon right next to the drugstore. This is pretty sweet. I have never been here. My dad has been here. I guess he used to come up here every once in a while as a kid with his parents. So this is kind of nice to come up here and visit this and check this out. Danner's, Grant and Carroll.
All right.
And what was this? This is fresh fruit and vegetables in season. Look at that. That's a nice building.
Take a picture, Andrea, and I will stand in front of it.
Gotta be careful, Asta. Don't go down there. It says it's Dead Man's Alley. Dead Man Alley. There we go. Meat market. Hoffer and Miller, wholesale and retail. There we go, meat market. Oh my goodness, the porch leans one way, the roof kind of leans a little bit the other, and the door looks out of square, but it's probably still opens. Silver City, Idaho. Who knew that it was going to be up and coming again? Getting all kinds of business up here. I guess it's a good spot. There was quite a few trails off to the side coming up this way. We didn't take any of them because we were trying to get just here. But I guess with all those side trails, you probably got a lot of camping and whatnot. And so, yeah, I guess if you're looking for something new, here we go. So Asta just noticed that on this last house here, there is some cables coming out that are anchored into some rock, some ground, trying to hold the building from leaning over. And if I kind of get along the side, about right there, you can sort of see that it's leaning the direction that you don't want it to, because there's a building, pretty nice one next to it, and it also is leaning towards it. Woo! A little scary. Livery and stable for Silver City. Look at that water going underneath the building. So there's this really big building here, and they have the water going underneath it. Interesting.
Must never flood.
Wow. Oh, and there's a different creek that ties into here.
Oh,
That's a big building. I mean, like, it's huge. Wonder what it, let's look for a plaque, see what it is. So I see barbecuers and stuff out. So there must be people kind of living here right now. That bigger that building further up has a solar panel on top, so they're getting electricity that way. Oh, look at that. That's cool. That's the backside of the hotel. Shown by appointment only. Nice. So what is this? Schoolhouse, church, combo?
yeah.
That was a huge building. Oh, there's that home that quite possibly would be like the mayor's style house. And there's just all these places here in between. Silver City, Idaho. Oh, yep, there it is. It was established 1892, and it's the Idaho Standard School. That's a pretty big schoolhouse. That is... It's definitely 2 stories. Oh, yes, you can kind of see the staircase in between the building a little bit. Oh, yeah, right into a staircase right there. Whew. Oh, and there we go. And that would be the church over there. So they have a pretty massive size church building and a pretty massive schoolhouse. So that's the church right there. I'm not sure if we can make it up to it. There is a sign. I can't quite read it. There is a railing though right here that goes up, and it's not really stairs. It's more like climbing the rocks to get up to it. I don't know if that's the main way. I didn't see any other direct route up there, so I would be to respect the fact that it's private property, I'm not going to climb up there. But that's an old building. If the schoolhouse is 1892, this is probably somewhere in there, maybe even slightly older. So that's the opposite corner of the hotel. That building is, as you can tell, it's been worked on several different times, different layers all over the place. It would actually be pretty cool if we could go inside it, but right now only the little general store down at the bottom is open. But yeah, we're on the far side of town, opposite of where we were from the campground. Campground's up there, and the main part of drag of town is just right there. Here's our backside. We're on the road to the cemetery. We noticed that on this building it has a 2-story outhouse to it. So yeah, you don't want to be on the bottom. But one of the families we were just talking to actually stays in that place on the weekends and holidays and stuff. Volunteers up here, so the house is still functional. I don't know whether or not that's still the actual toilet that they use, but it is a 2-story outhouse. So we made it to the cemetery. Silver City Citizens. Now, There is 2 established dates, 1871 and 1876. We're not entirely sure why, but we're going to kind of enter the cemetery and check out some of the dates of the different markers here. 1899. Oh, look at that. The cemetery goes up there quite a ways. So it's a pretty big place.
Is this where they were buried?
I don't know exactly how this all works, but so for Silver City, Idaho, this is a pretty big cemetery. So there's all these locusts right here on the ground. They're everywhere. Looks like quite a few of them have been run over, but they are pretty big. Must be the time of year where they come out, and yeah, there is just tons of them. So right here, this is just, it's swarmed with the locusts, and they're all over that bush. All right, so after coming down from Silver City, since there was no place to really camp there, and there's too many people, we're heading down, and we're trying to look for a spot to camp. And I came upon this little area. Let me show you, it's pretty. So there's this valley down there. There was a road that we could have taken earlier, and I kind of wished we had, because that is pretty awesome. I don't know how far down that is. That's a very long ways. And this canyon is pretty cool. In fact, I would like to get the drone out and just kind of fly through this if possible. Maybe tomorrow morning. I think we found a different spot we'll actually spend the night, because right here it's super rocky and there's nowhere to go. There's not any good spots for a tent, so. But yeah, this trip has been super great so far. The Silver City was really neat. It's got all those old buildings there. I got to kind of tour the city. It looks like it was a pretty popular place back in the day. Early 1900s, late 1800s. So that was pretty nice. Coming down, the mountains, of course, are pretty, very pretty. But right now, we're kind of in a desolate, as far as landscape goes. There's not a lot of trees. You can see off in the mountains way out there, that's towards Silver City. Those had trees, but down here, it's just rolling sagebrush. But that canyon, that's pretty awesome. Maybe we'll get some more details on that tomorrow. All right, so we're gonna go back to the other spot we found first, and we'll just stay there, and then we'll come check this out in the morning probably.